to the exciting industry of cultural and heritage tourism. This is certainly a unique job. Not only are you surrounded by history and art, but you play an essential role in helping people connect to the world around them. Cultural tourist sites like museums, art galleries, and historic monuments preserve cultural heritage. They facilitate education, exploration, and even recreation. These places allow people to explore a distant time, or even to take a look into their own cultural roots. Excitingly, you get to be a part of all this. In order to prepare ourselves for this new position, let's take a look at some basic but essential skills needed for this industry. In this module, we'll be taking a look at first impressions and listening, and then we'll see those skills being put into practice.
As a member of the frontline staff, you are the face of our museum or site. The interactions visitors have with the staff is a hugely memorable part of their experience. One of the most important parts of the visitor experience is the first impression. You will often be the first thing a visitor sees when entering the museum or gallery, so it is very important that a positive relationship be immediately established. Here is a short list of the first things a customer notices. Appearance and clothing. Your appearance at work needs to fit the organization. Maintain good hygiene and grooming practices, and always dress appropriately. If there's a uniform policy at the site, follow it closely and ask a supervisor if you have any questions. Body language and posture. Always be upright and welcoming to the customer. Certain body language, such as slouching or crossing your arms, can infer you don't care about the visitor. Attitude and demeanor. Maintain an open and happy demeanor when dealing with visitors. Though you may be willing to help, making it clear that you're both attentive and interested is very important to a visitor. That is a lot of information to notice and take into consideration, but it happens in just seconds. This is why first impressions are so important. Let's look at 4 simple concepts that will improve your first impressions. Start things off on the right foot. A visitor may approach you at any time during your shift. You must be prepared at all times to make a great first impression. Be courteous. Be polite, clear, and use courteous terms such as please, thank you, sir, and ma'am. If you have learned their name, use it, and of course, smile. Have a positive attitude. As mentioned before, the attitude you maintain is very important. Some customer service experts even claim a great attitude can overcome a bad first impression. Be truthful and ethical. Honesty is always the best policy. Lying to please a customer is never a good idea. No matter what your responsibilities may be, you may have to interact with a visitor or customer, and making a strong first impression is an important part of that interaction. Now, let's move on to being a good listener. Listening is a commitment and a compliment. In this role, you will need to be an active listener at all times. Do you think you're a great listener? Try asking yourself some of these questions. Do you avoid eye contact? Do you multitask during meetings? Do you interrupt often when others are talking? Do you rarely pause to solicit feedback or questions? Do you engage in side conversations during a presentation or tour? Do you formulate your answer before someone is finished making their point? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you may need some practice to become a truly great listener. Here are some essential listening skills. Proper intention. Intend to understand their message or question. You may want your point of view heard, to get through the conversation quickly, or for the visitor to like you more, but having the wrong intention strongly affects your listening ability. Strong attention. This is slightly different from your intention. Always focus on the conversation and give the visitor your full attention. Effort. Listening is not a passive activity. It requires effort, engagement, and thought. Notice the meaning behind the words. Now you've learned some very basic but essential skills for your position as a staff member for a museum, art gallery, or historic site. Due to the importance of your role, it could be said that your role as a member of the frontline staff is a deciding factor in whether or not a visitor enjoys their trip. Just how important is this? Well, let's see how a lack of these basic skills can ruin a visitor's experience.
Good afternoon. I'm looking for a fun souvenir for my young niece. Do you have anything her age might enjoy?
Souvenirs are over there.
Really? Thanks anyway.
In what ways could the staff member have performed better and been a better host of cultural and heritage tourism? Now let's see how that experience could have gone better for both the visitor and the staff member.
Good afternoon, welcome to our site. How can I help you today?
I'm looking for a fun souvenir for my young niece. Would you have anything her age might enjoy?
Absolutely, we have souvenirs for all ages. Let me show you a few options.
That is great. Thanks for being so helpful.
Clearly, that interaction was much more successful. By keeping some simple concepts in mind, you personally enhance a visitor's cultural tourist experience, and you even have a better day yourself. By being an active listener and making a great first impression, you personally contribute to the success of our sites. Please take these concepts with you into the future and have some fun. Take some time now to complete the questions in your workbook, and thank you for watching.